This is Valera. Valera is beginning content creator. And he is afraid of the camera. He wants to record YouTube video, but something goes wrong. He doesn't like how he looks, how he sounds, even though he sounds like this. Yeah, you're right, it's beautiful. To help Valera, I have several tips about how to boost your camera confidence and talk fluidly, confidently in front of a camera. First obvious point, look in the lens of your camera, because you can just see the difference. I'm not looking at the lens itself, I'm looking on myself, because I have flip screen and I like watching and observing how I look and how I sound. It looks different and it looks weird. It looks weird, strange, and not creating this deep connection with the viewer. So that's why look at the camera, please. Next point, understand all weirdness of this like shooting experience, because right now, if you record the video, it's not typical condition for you and for your body and for your mental health. It's weird, and that's okay, because all this, it's basically artificial. It's fake. It's real, but it's fake, because you show yourself in specific dedicated frame that you picked, because you have like this lighting, for example, this lighting, and it's all fake. I don't have these lights while I'm not recording videos, because it's placed for my laptop. It's weird, but that's fine. Next point, I need to check the screen. Increase level of energy while recording your video. So imagine simple scale from 0 to 10, and usually when we speak like in our normal life, we speak at level 4, something like this. But I recommend you to increase this level and speak on level 6, 7 or even 8, because we have this weird communication. You watch on me using your screen, we don't have like real feelings, real interactions, we can't touch each other, we can't like this awkward poses in real life are okay, but in the video it's kind of boring. Speak with more energy, with more extensive and active hands movements, but don't overdose it. So this like level 10, we don't need to use this level 10, because it will look really fake and people will notice that you're playing your strange role and will skip your video. So you need to be authentic, but to be authentic you still need to increase your level of speaking and presenting yourselves. Next point, don't script word by word your video, just outline your video and use, for example, bullet points. For example, you can use this teleprompter. If you don't have any experience of using teleprompter, placing it on a camera, placing a phone with word by word script, you will sound robotic. Probably because you're just reading I'm reading a script, and you are not speaking with your audience. You need to develop new skill how to use teleprompter and how to speak using this teleprompter, because right now I'm not using teleprompter and you can see how I sound. Here's a block of the video where I used teleprompter. How you can utilize YouTube based on your goals. I watched too many videos which called like YouTube breakdowns, and I want to show you real examples that I found from the market, which are from different fields, and you can think about, that's good solution. Did you see the difference? I think it's equal. Speaking without a script, speaking with bullet points, speaking using teleprompter, using word by word structure. But that's because I record videos during last 9 or even 10 years in a row, and that's why I'm just have huge experience about this and about just speaking in front of a camera, but I will speak more about it a little bit later. If it's hard to use bullet points or just like brief description of your script, use the script. Sometimes we need to have this word by word script, and that's okay if you will use it, because some types of videos are required to have these words. Different sales materials, offers, webinar structure where you need to say specific trigger words. For example, step-by-step tutorial about how to use, for example, a gear. So you need to press on this button because it means that you will have this action. If you will start to mumbling and thinking about, oh, it will be not useful for your viewer. Next point. talk like a human. That's okay if you make some mistakes. Again, you can see how they are interconnected. It's okay to have pauses between sentences. It's okay to well, like these words, it's okay to use them. Because you're a human being, I am a human being, and human beings make a lot of mistakes. And that's okay, that's totally fine. And this raw feeling will be much useful and much more enjoyable for your viewer, because you are not robot. You are not just speaking like a robot. You need to add additional personality inside your video. If you remember beginning of this video, Valera. This is Valera. And so I added this character with this specific name on purpose, because I am Russian, and Russian is my first language. English is my second language, and I'm not like full proficient in it. I'm speaking fluidly, but still there is room for improvement. Knowing and actively using these two languages is part of my nature, because I have work in English, but I have regular life in Russian. And that's why I added like Valera. This is Russian name, Valera. That's why sometimes I can say something in Russian accidentally, because I didn't find any слово не могу найти на английском, and that's why I'm using Russian just to finish this phrase. And that's okay, this is part of my personality. And I don't recommend you to hide these things, because again, it's part of our nature, and if you are trying to be a better person in front of a camera, that's okay. But if you are not showing truly yourself, your personal branding will be awkward and probably fake, and probably I can't find the English word, пустой внутри, пустой. Moving to the next point, master your topic. If you want to post like educational content, you need to be sure that you're providing good value. If you're not sure, you're like, this is some weird technique, but it works, but I'm not sure. It's about not believing in your strengths, that you spend so much time doing this stuff, so you know this stuff. You can be confident about that it works. It actually works. When you are expert in specific field, people will understand this like, oh, he knows this shit, simply because the way how you speak. Not about what are you speaking about, it's about how you speak. And it works vice versa. If you don't know the topic, but you sound really confident, people will believe you, will trust you, because he says solid stuff, simply because he's saying it confidently. So keep this in mind. Next point is about speaking to someone in front of your camera. This method is more about tricking our brain, because again, you are pre-framing type of phrases and type of sentences that you can use. You can compare yourself speaking, for example, with your best friend, and comparing with, for example, grandmother or like someone from the government. You will use different tones and different languages in front of different people. If you speak like a corporate person, you will attract other corporate guys. If you speak freely, like fluidly, with different random stupid jokes, especially with Valera, you will attract other audience, and you can change your audience just reframing the way how you speak. You control the final video. So what does it mean? You can delete yourself. You can record yourself infinite amount of times. You can spend infinite amount of hours to record and post, publish, post, final video. If you don't know how you sound right now, record yourself again. If you still don't like how you sound, record yourself again. Do some training. Go on different exercises on public speaking and improve yourself. If you want to delete something from your final video, you can do this. You don't like these likes, awkward poses, delete this. You are in control of yourself. You're in control of creating the best version, like digital version of yourself. When you understand that you have basically no limits, because again, no one will see this because you're recording it offline, you are not live streaming, you can experiment a lot. Next point, if you are feeling nervous or anxious about the video, you can use something, you can use some props and just be busy with your hands. Sometimes it works and you are just distracting your focus. For me, it's not working solution. You can know this, but for someone it's much easier to speak while you are doing something. For example, you are just using your screwdriver and just do some weird screwdriver things. If you're recording some tutorials, maybe it will be much easier for you to navigate through the windows, clicking on different buttons, simultaneously speaking with a viewer. If you're feeling frozen, like when I need to just speak, use something, use props, use the bottle, use Valera. So moving to a final point, you just need to practice. That's all. It's pretty simple. You just need to practice and get more experience speaking in front of a camera. And here is one of my first videos where I was trying to create some kind of tutorial in Russian when I was 14 years old or 15 years old.
Вот мы загрузились, нажимаем Escape, нажимаем Activate сервер, оставляем порт 1, 2, 3, 4, пишем название сервера и нажимаем Start.
9 years passed, and for me it's pretty simple to record a video. But it's really hard for me to just record a story in the public, like on the street. It's not so hard, but it's more like nervous condition when you have like public speaking, when you need to speak in front of the audience. It's completely different game and it uses like different set of skills, and that's interesting. That if you have like experience in public speaking, probably you will be terrible in private speaking in front of a camera. Right now for me it's hard to, for example, take a camera and record outside, like on a street, but if there will be someone who is recording me, I'm feeling like, oh, I'm like a professional, I have a crew, I have a team. This is how my minds work, and I recommend you to think about finding these patterns where the biggest points of friction. Maybe it will be easy for you, for example, to start with just voiceover. I even saw a channel which uses like artificial, like 3D model with just a lip sync, and that's all. In 3 years after starting posting YouTube videos, person like gained the confidence to show herself in front of a camera. That's also was my way. I used just a mic. I didn't use like video recording at all. There is just my voice, because I was a kid and I have a lot of self-doubts about myself. Valera also have a lot of self-doubts, but right now I think he knows much more and he can record videos pretty confident. So if your plan is to be on YouTube, to grow on YouTube, I have really great like free workshop about how to launch and how to develop profitable YouTube channel. No matter you're working solo, you are the big company, or you have like 1 or 2 employees in your team. You can use first link in the description below, and I don't say goodbye to you. I will see you in other video. So if you want to see more Valera, subscribe on the channel, and maybe this video that YouTube's recommend and Valera also recommend, this video is perfect match for you. Bye.